Welcome to Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. This podcast delivers insights on what makes businesses, teams, and people successful based on real-life business experiences. Following a career with America's largest associations, JP Murray founded the Murray Company, one of Washington, D.C.'s most successful consulting firms. The company was acquired successfully and enabled him to launch JP Murray Racing, a business development and sponsorship agency for auto racing teams. Here is JP.
Hey, welcome back to the Push to Pass podcast. Today, I'd like to share the journey of starting my own business. And I'm going to do that over the next couple of episodes. And I hope there are valuable lessons and insights if you're choosing to do the same. And then I want to give you a little bit of observation around disrupting forces, because it happened to me in a small way the other day. And I had to think about the process of, my goodness, how am I going to deal with this disruption? First, let's talk about launching my business. Sometimes I think prospective owners push themselves into entrepreneurship because it's hip. They don't have other prospects at the time, or maybe they lost their current position. My hope for you is company ownership is a driving force, not a default position, because the work's just too hard without being driven by it. With that, I want to emphasize the importance of observation and listening. For 25 years, I watched and listened, even though I wanted to start my own business, and I always did. I observed and I worked with the best people I could, and I learned from that. I had the opportunity of working at the United States Chamber of Commerce. So trust me, the world's largest business federation was a unbelievable opportunity to learn. I could observe how the very best association, frankly, in the world was being run. I wanted to launch my own business, but without the knowledge or expertise that I gained from learning at the chamber, I wasn't going to be a real expert in trade and professional associations. The next thing I want to mention is I networked and made friends. Now, not just to do that in a Pollyannish way, but I was very intentional about developing close professional relationships. Building a network and nurturing those relationships and being valuable is really important for any entrepreneur. So your first clients are likely going to come from your circle of professional friends. Now, you won't be able to live on that forever. It's not necessarily scalable. But more than likely, respected colleagues will be your first move. They'll be your first clients. And frankly, they're available to give you candid feedback on your deliverables. So that's important as well. The third thing I want to mention is the importance of finding out where your financial sustainability is going to come from. So instead of borrowing money from banks, I found a partner with capital. The late Mark French, the founder of Leading Authorities, was my business partner. And oh my gosh, I think about him often and how important he was to my professional life. He had capital, a complementary business, and frankly, he wanted to partner with me. So it was, gosh, I couldn't have found a better blessing than Mark to be kind of my partner in starting up. This also lowered my risk and enabled me to focus on the business. Instead of thinking about phone systems and computers and office space, I literally was focused on customers, growth, and value prop. So this was really important to have that capital and the complementary resources at the table when I first got started, because sometimes I think people run out of that kind of oxygen before they can ever really get started. So next week, I really look forward to speaking with you about product launch and pricing as part 2 of this series. Because actually, life is always going to throw us some unexpected challenges like the one I'm currently facing. I tore my Achilles tendon in an epic pickleball battle from South Carolina. Yeah, it's a personal setback, but it's absolutely going to affect my business, even though I don't play NFL quarterback for trade. Many high performers are organized and they have routines and they built efficiencies, but this disruption also presents kind of an opportunity to grow and adapt. So here's what I thought about this. First, get the facts. The first step when facing a disruption is to gather all the relevant facts, understanding the extent of the situation and its impact. How long to recover, for example, for me, mobility, things like that. Step 2, based on the facts, do I need to reassess goals and objectives? For example, I'm not going to be as mobile. Can I do more podcasting? Can I do more content development? Am I going to be able to make more sales calls? Absolutely. So once you have a clear picture of the situation, assess what your new goals and objectives might be. And in my case, being less mobile means reevaluating how I'm going to approach work. The good thing is I don't have to travel for a lot of races because the racing season is winding down a little bit. Step 3 then is to establish a new plan. With a solid understanding of the situation and its impact on your goals, it's time to create a fresh action plan. Got it right next to me right now. Adaptation is the key to overcoming that disruption. And in fact, you might be able to do some new things you've wanted to try but haven't. And finally, embrace the journey of learning from these experiences by testing new strategies, as I mentioned, and being willing to adapt and adjust as needed. It's crucial mindset for success anyway. Whether in business or in life, disruption will occur, so you might as well learn from it. Have a great week, and I can't wait to speak with you on the next Push to Pass podcast. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. If you would like to sponsor Push to Pass, send an email to jp@jpmurray.com. Follow JP on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. His website is jpmurray.com. Until next time, push yourself to pass the competition. Thanks for listening.